Sup people, and welcome to 3D Friday number 2. I bet you all thought this was going to be a one-part series, but no, we are here for the second one. And isn't that exciting? And quite nicely, actually, after the first episode we had of 3D Friday, I had a lot of requests from all of your lovely faces about what you'd like to see, including a full tour of my 3D printer. Which is actually there. Look at that. It's right there. It's a Creality CR20 Pro, and yeah, it's wonderful. But this video, sadly, isn't going to be a full tour. Pepe hands, I know, right? Don't worry, that will come. I'll do that at some point in the future. But for now, we are going to embark on a new project, or the first project of StayFreshShoe's 3D Friday. Hooray, everyone! And I'm sure you're very excited about that, because it's quite an interesting project, which is going to combine two of my interests together into one kind of big thing, which is Airsoft and also 3D printing. And there's probably going to be a recurring theme in terms of what we're going to be printing on this channel. So that's exciting if you like Airsoft and 3D printing. If you don't, oh, I'm sorry, it's just going to be downhill from here. But today, anyway, before we get into it, check out the merch. White t-shirt came. And look, they didn't, oh no, wait, they didn't, look, it doesn't have any text on it. And the reasoning they didn't put any white text on it, get this, is because, actually, I can show you the email. It's quite a funny email. Let me get the email. Lovely Katrina helped me out here, but I'll just read it out to you so you can't see any details. That's not publicly available. So I said, I received the shirts on time, but the white t-shirt was missing part of the design. Please, can you fix this? The white text is not on the garment for some reason. Happy to provide a picture. I then provided a picture, which you can imagine that I did. And they said this, which I was quite confused about. When we print onto anything other than white, we do put a layer of white ink underneath to help with the color matching. That has nothing to do with my cause for being upset about my order being incorrect. They didn't print any layers. If what they're saying is true, there should be 2 layers of white here. They didn't do any, but it's okay. I'm gonna print another t-shirt. Everything will be fine. And so will end the saga of trying to get these t-shirts sorted out. I mean, to be honest with you, the reason why I use this company, I know I'm going to be disappointed, but I get the stuff quickly. It's really cheap. And you always get vouchers. Look at that. You always get vouchers. It doesn't matter if you use that code. It's out of date now. But you always get vouchers. So if you order a t-shirt at a time, then the next one you'll get a £5 disc, and it just like keeps rolling. So anyway, on with this video. I want to build an entire gun, like airsoft gun, an M4, out of 3D printed parts. I think that'd be quite cool. Will it work? I don't know. We're going to find out. And we're going to start off by building a complete full upper receiver unit. However, all of the performance parts, I'm going to just, you know, like, just buy those. So like the hop unit and stuff. I'm not going to go too far into the airsoft side of things on here, because this is the 3D printing side of the channel as opposed to the airsoft side of the channel. So if you want to get into the airsoft side of the channel, then you need to keep an eye out for Airsoft Sunday, which is hopefully another series that we can kick off. So yeah, keep an eye out for Airsoft Sunday coming soon. Maybe we'll find out later. Maybe this week. Who knows? Just subscribe and maybe you'll see. The upper receiver, in layman's terms, is this bit. This bit here. So you got the receivery bit, and then this is like the handguard muzzly bit, where all your attachments go. So I want to first start off by building all of this, printing all of that. I've got some plans for the actual kind of like receivery bit, which is great. And I've also got the handguardy bit, which is what we're going to be doing today. Now, truth be told, I have already tried to print a handguard. I took the files, I edited them down, and I must say that it wasn't as successful as I had hoped it to be. Now, it did originally come off in one piece, like this. But sadly, there was some delamination, which means that the layers didn't really stick together that well, and it all came apart. There was also, this was the, like the bridging stuff in between it, some support material, which made it print like that, which made it take a long time, and also it wasn't the best kind of quality of printing. So what I'm going to do, I've learned from it, and what I'm going to do, I'm not going to change anything in regards to the kind of like the design of this this piece, all I'm going to do, instead of printing it like that, I'm going to print it like that. And yeah, hopefully we have more success. That's my plan anyway. And so what I'm going to do today, with you is get the file, make those slight modifications, and hopefully from that point, everything will just work out. So what we need to, I don't even need to go to Tinkercad. Look at that. Let's get right into this. What I need to do is get my files ready. 3D print handguard. There we go. Look at that. I'm so prepared. So prepared. They're right there. Look, they're right there. So what we're going to do, get my software, my Creality software open here. Take my handguard, drop it on, and just like that, boom. Look, it's already vertical. Look, this, it just knows. It just knows what I want to do, you know? It just knows. It's magical like that. And this is exactly how we're gonna print it. We're gonna put a brim on it as well, which means it's going to print like around it like this, which is going to give it some nice stability when it comes to attaching it to the print bed. There are these little like kind of inny bits here, but I'm not too fussed about them. They're from the original design on it, which was like some kind of lamey, poisony thing. I'm just not down for that. I don't think it looked great. So we're going to ignore that. And, you know, again, this is kind of like a test. I think for the full thing, I'd like this to be longer, but I'm just going to get like or make an inner barrel, which will come out to about there, and then a muzzle. But again, this isn't the Airsoft video. This is the 3D printing video. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to 3D print this, and hopefully everything will work okay. I am curious because there's, like, in that bit there, there's threads. And on here, it seemed to print it okay. But I haven't really got anything I can test to thread this onto. So that's going to be a bit of an interesting journey. But for now, anyway, let's get this G code saved off. Which is the code essentially takes this and then it converts it into G code, which means then the printer knows what to do with it. So let's get that saved to G code. Let's get the printer warmed up and let's get printy. Saving G code, going there. Boom. Okay, G code is saved. That's done. Next up, I'm gonna get my printer warmed up and ready for use. Cause I'm so alpha. Oh my god, I look so fat. Oh god, I'm a 3D printer now. Oh, I don't really do. Oh, god damn it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. I haven't really been doing any exercise recently. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. That's why I Airsoft. That's why I Airsoft. It helps me get rid of all of that fun junk in the trunk. I'm not going to worry about kind of calibrating it because it's always perfectly fine anyway. I mean, I may need to do it more often than I have, but every time I do it, it's always fine. So we're going to start off, and if there's any issues, that's at the point where we're going to then, you know, see if we can fix it. But for now, anyway, I think it's okay. But yeah, look at it go. Ooh. Ooh, at the minute, it's preparing itself, getting the nozzle the right distance away. The reason why I like to do it this way is because if you preheat PLA, it preheats everything at the same time. Whereas if you click to print, it heats up the bed first, and then heats up the nozzle, which I don't really understand. Like, why does it do that? Someone from Creality, please tell me. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So I guess all we need to do now is wait, and yeah, I'll show you what the finished print looked like. That's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting, very exciting. It'll be done in like 7 hours. So I'm gonna go do something else for 7 hours. Welcome to day 2. It printed, but kind of 1.5. So this is the first print. Unfortunately, the bloody filament got stuck. So this reel here, it got caught up in itself, and because of that, it meant that the filament stopped feeding, and everything looks really nice. The thread looked great, but yeah, I caught it last night at like midnight, and it stopped printing. So it meant I had to do it again. But don't worry, because now I did this one, and this is a perfect print. You've got all your kind of like supporting material in there too. So all you need to do is like poke that in, and then that just snaps off like that. And that's kind of the yeah, that's the upper receiver, not the upper receiver, that's the handguard, pretty much done. So I need to pop all these through, as you can see, just like that. Pop, pop, that's out there. Pop, that support there. Pop, wow, that one went bloody flying. And that there is essentially my handguard for my cheeky little front end bit for my M4. So it's going to be a PDW type build, super short, nice little breaker there. I need to pull off all the tabs that are in the top bit for the Picatinny rail, but all in all, very happy with that. And yeah, come on quite nicely. So here is a rough, very rough, first test fit. As you can see there, I've kind of taken the front end off and screwed on. And look at that, pretty good. So it does need an outer barrel still to kind of like keep that in the center. And I also need to kind of figure out the best way to, because this still twiddles like that. So I'm thinking I may 3D print a kind of like rubber washer there to give it something to kind of like grip into and make it super tight. I don't want to put a load of pressure on the threads on there because otherwise they will just kind of like rip off. But yeah, all in all, I don't think that is a bad shout so far. In terms of keeping it straight, I'm 3D printing a upper receiver for this, so I will be 3D printing an upper receiver part here too. And I think what I'll do is drill a hole straight through the threads and then add in a bolt that will go straight through this part and into the other part, and that will keep it all nice, snugly and tight. But yeah, very on first kind of like thoughts, the model could be improved in ways. You can see here it kind of like overlaps my gun, so I need to like take that in a little bit, and it does it on both sides. And also the rail doesn't quite match up at the top, so that's a little bit of a shame. It's quite close, but it is a little bit off. But those are things which I can do with some fine tweaking. All I need to do is measure that out, get my calipers, and then make some tweaks to that model. But yeah, so far so good. This little project is gonna be a good one, methinks, and who knows, maybe if it works and they all print nicely, maybe you could even pick up a full receiver build yourself from me. I'll make like, I don't know, like a shop or something, and you can get all your Airsoft parts nice and cheap, and hopefully they'll work. I'm going to be a millionaire. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the sub, you know, turn notifications on. We actually made it to 2, and I fully expect there to be a third 3D Friday coming your way too. What will it be? Who knows? Maybe we'll finally get to do the tour of the printer, which is actually ready to print. Hold on, let me just do this. What's it going to be printing? Who knows? Find out next week on the StayFreshShoe YouTube channel. Bye-bye.